Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. Hello, Laura.
Hello, Dan.
Thanks for having me. This is terribly exciting.
Very exciting.
See, every now and again, Dave goes to Scathos and I get to pop by and say hi. Hello, everyone. This is hugely exciting, not just for a brand new launch, which is why you're here, I know, but the first time ever exclusively only here that you can launch your own legacy collection, which is huge. So what's the sort of story behind what we're talking about today, Laura?
So the Before the Rainbow collection was the very first collection that Carnation Crafts ever did. So we're kind of looking back at where Carnation came from.
Mm-hmm.
But the amazing thing with this is everything has been changed. So they've gone back to that collection, which was extremely popular, and everything has changed. So the dies have been redone, the artwork's been redone, you've got stamps in here, and you've got papers, and it is one big bundle.
We are so excited about this. This is the only place and only time ever that you're going to be able to get a chance to get hold of it. Hence, the packaging is slightly different. I get that. When we're going through it, by the way, make sure you place your orders, because one lucky orderer, is that English?
Orderer,
who places their order will get the gold edition. Only one available for you, the gold dies. We'll talk about that more later on, but you've also got to place your order to do so. But as you can see here, it is really looking back at sort of the history of, but as you say, reimagined, resized, optimized, refined.
I think it was Nick, wasn't it, that said it in such a good way. It was almost as if when you buy a new car, even though you're still getting a car, the cars are completely different. You could buy the same brand of car, the same model of car, but you've bought a car 10 years down the line, and then you buy a new one 20 years down the line. They're completely different.
Technology's changed, visionaries changed.
Yeah, and this is kind of looking back and putting everything in. So everything that Carnation have learned over the last 6 years, you know, the way they manufacture the dies, the more detail they can get into the dies, the more detail they can get into the artwork. You have got all that in this collection. You get in the dies in here. You're also getting the perfect papers and the stamps in one big bundle. So the perfect papers are not an add-on, and the stamps, it's all comes together. And the artwork is only going to be available for the people that actually purchase the collection. You'll get it instantly in your email confirmation, and that's the only way to get it. You won't be able to get it online, and the artwork and the dies in here are different to the Before the Rainbow, the first collection. So they are different. So they can't go you can use them both together to make cards, but the dice from this don't match the artwork from that, and vice versa. It is a completely different collection.
Yeah, so here's the thing, absolutely. So you're watching this and you're thinking, hang on a minute, Before the Rainbow, that does ring a bell. That's what first got me into Carnation Crafts. You're absolutely right, and you will see as you're going through, they're on the same, based around the rows and the embellishments that go with, but actually, as you mentioned, the actual artwork and the dies are different. So if you've got the original, you absolutely get hold of this collection. Or, Laura, maybe you've only joined Carnation Crafts in the last day or in the last year.
And this is the first time.
This absolutely is brand new for you. But unlike every other launch, this will not be available elsewhere. You are ordering it right now before Friday, 4 p.m. That is your cutoff, and there's no better time than right here, right now, today. Your item is on the screen, your details, your pricing is on the screen. Let's have a look at what we're getting home.
Yes.
I'd love all of you at home, by the way, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, to say hello and be like,
what are you doing?
Is that Dave?
Dave's changed.
Dave's changed. Where's your necklace? I know, it's all going on. I'm so pleased to be here. I'm really thrilled. Thank you so much. So it's me, Dan, Laura. Bunny is actually driving everything that's going on. Harvey's on the Facebook comments as well. She says hello. That's Bunny, not Harvey. But of course, wherever you're watching, just pop us a message and say, hello, you're watching. How long have you been crafting with Carnation Crafts? Maybe you got this ilk first time round, or maybe thinking right now, this is special.
Yeah, and you can see how special it is. If you are new to Carnation, or maybe you have only been with us for a while, you can see the difference. I absolutely love the packaging on this. I just think it looks so amazing. You can tell that this is something special. And like we've said, it is only going to be available from Friday. After Friday, it's not going back up in price, and it'll be on the website. It's off the website. It's gone completely. It might make a return. We don't know. But from Friday, it'll be off the website. You won't be able to order it after
Nowhere else.
that.
No other channels right now.
And if you do like the concept of what we're doing with the Legacy collection, then please do let us know if there's maybe a collection that you missed, or a collection from maybe the very first year of Carnation that, you know, maybe you hadn't discovered Carnation then, that you'd love to come back. So do let us know if you would love a certain collection to be brought back like this.
That's a very good point, Laura, because often I've seen messages in the past when I've been on with you or when I've watched you, people say, oh, is this back in stock? When's that one going to be back?
Yeah.
I bought an individual item, but actually want to get the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can absolutely comment, because that's exactly what is going on with the Legacy collection. Starting off then, what are you getting home? We're going to go through the boards, you're going to see the demonstrations, of course. The frame that we were just talking about there, there's always a centerpiece, right? You could focus so you don't need to do anything else necessarily. Every single one of your creations could be centered around this. And there's a lot of metal here, Laura.
Yeah, there is. And you have the matte layers as well to go in the back. So that can be your card base. You've got that lovely frame. You've got that centerpiece as well that you can use. You've got the matte layers in the center, plus that embellishment in the middle as well. And again, that is any occasion, any season that you could use that for your Christmas cards, Easter cards, Valentine's, birthdays, weddings, even just like that where you use the frame on its own. They just look amazing. If that was your first card, all you've done is do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die cuts.
You're right, just practicing counting now.
I was counting the dies. And you can see, they just look amazing. So incredibly detailed. You can see how thin all of the little cut lines are in there. They just look absolutely amazing.
I know I'm already getting waylaid and we need to be cracking on because there's so much you are getting home. But yeah, very good point actually. That's how delicate your first ever card could be, which is why I think Carnation crafts are so popular, getting people into card crafting or beyond. We will look at it in more detail, of course, but then we go through and there's a whole host of floral embellishments to go alongside. Next to the frame there, we can see the Snapdragon.
Yeah, you've got the decoupage in there as well to build them up, and I will show you what they look like with the artwork as well, because I do have them on the board. But again, really nice size, and they just fit behind the other flowers that you have in here as well perfectly.
So below the I'm carrying on, is that right?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So below the Snapdragon, you can spy there, which is the daisy. And Laura, I guess looking at this now, all of you at home can think, actually, that daisy was lovely with a frame I purchased 2 years ago, or
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
yeah,
ago. Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. So it's not just, it is all designed to work together. That's why it's one big collection with that low price point. Bearing in mind, it should be, as of individually, nearly £180 worth. All of these elements working together, that's why everything's been included.
Yeah, it does. And when you look, when we show you the artwork as well, from the original, you'll see the original artwork, you know, knitted with watercolours, and it's got that lovely watercolour look to it. But obviously the artwork that we do now is done digitally. It's a lot more vibrant. You get a lot more colour and detail in there. So these now are going to be perfect to actually work with dies and collections that you've had previously from us as well, because they're going to be just as vibrant to be able to work with. Like the rose, you can use that with so many collections that we've brought. All of the florals, you can mix and match these in.
Yeah.
You've got the butterflies in there, the bows, the tags. There's so much in here that you can use with different collections. You do get decoupage as well for these. You can see the single flower on the front of the packaging, but you do have decoupage and a matte layer die on the outside for each one as well.
So you're just spying there with the daisy, you've got the fern, the geranium, the rose that are all based around. Then below there, you've got 2 sets of embellishments, which could really, I know you've got the stamps to personalise as well, but this could be, if you want to be a touch more masculine or feminine, older or younger, you could.
Yeah, and you've got really nice scene building elements there that you can add into the background. And then you've got all of your accessories. You've got your tags, your bows, and your butterflies, which is just going to fit perfectly on all of these cards.
Look at that Snapdragon, by the way. That's the artwork. And as we were saying, the artwork does not match the original. You can still, of course, you know, if you've got the artwork for the original before the rainbow, I hope you're still using it. But this is redone, if you like, optimized sizing, the texture of the depth, the perfect color harmony, all being refined. And then...
And the same with the dies as well.
Yes.
So if you've got the original artwork or the original dies for before the rainbow, and you're thinking that you can use that artwork with these dies, they won't. They will not match. These have been changed. You
can only get the artwork for this Legacy collection by purchasing. They won't be available and this is the kind of thing when I pop by, because I know in a previous life I love people popping in the other new essentials in the same basket ideally. Yeah. It's all in together. The perfect papers, the new perfect papers are included.
Yes, they are perfectly they're included. Your perfect papers, you can see your band there on the top, so you can see what colours are included. So they are colours pulled out from the artwork, but I will go through them in more detail so you can see, but they are your solids in there.
And then just next to there, you are also getting the stamps, of which there are occasions in there, but I love the sentiments like dancing in the rain, etc. There's all sorts of other elements in there, which you will spy on lots of samples that Laura's about to show you, or use them individually if you'd rather. The item number for everything you've just seen is on the screen, 250719, only purchasing at carnationcrafts.co.uk. Everything is in the same basket, and it is a pre-order, so this will not be available, as you heard Laura saying, by Friday at 4 p.m. No better time than right now, launching the Legacy Collection. It's such an exciting time. And what can we do with it when we get it home?
Right, let's go through some of these. So this one we've got here from Janine. So you can see there with the daisies, using the layer die on the back. How pretty is that? That's just white cardstock. But look how the artwork in that just pops off the page. You've got your accessories in there with the butterfly, and you've got the stamp on the bottom. And you do have some background papers. So when you purchase the collection, you'll get the download instantly in your email with your email confirmation. You'll have the artwork. You'll also have solid colours in background papers, and you'll also have patterned background papers as well. So you're not just getting the artwork, you're also going to get those in download form.
Now, I thought this was some clever snipping, but actually that's the frame, isn't it, in the background?
Yes, so this is the centre part of the frame. It's almost like a band, and you could use it as bands on cards as well, but you can see they're using it as a card. And then we have another one here, so using that frame and then bringing in lots of those different florals. And you can see how lovely they all work together. You can see the perfect papers there as well.
You know what, for weddings, for anniversaries, for get well soons, or just for the love of creativity and card crafting.
They could be for absolutely any occasion, couldn't they? Look
all
at
this
that.
artwork in-house, double-sided as well, I'm spying.
Yes, you will have the single-sided vignettes, and you'll have the double-sided and the single-sided.
Oh, so I'm with you.
So you can mix and match them up. I always print the double-sided because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you want to do a single-sided, if you know you're going to pop it onto a card, you can absolutely do that. Look at them. They're so pretty, and they could be for any occasion.
Does this say who this is by, this one?
That's Janine.
Janine. Now, I've met Janine over the years, and I'd be really tempted to be thinking about this white space, like what would I naturally put in there? But actually, seeing it done in real life, just leave it, right?
It just draws your eye into the artwork, doesn't it? And the artwork is so detailed. The florals, you've got all of the detail in the in the dies as well, that you don't need to go in with everything. You can afford to leave that white space, like this one, look.
Oh, wow.
And
I guess the stamps, every stamp you get in there could fit in there, right? Maybe previous stamps from Carnation Crafts will fit in there as well, but you could change the sentiment, the meaning. That could be obviously that way around, or the band could be going top to bottom if you'd rather, like we saw previously. So lots of variety.
Lots of different ways you could use it. Look at this one where they've actually kept the cut parts in the frame, which just looks so detailed. You can see there. So again, another way of using them, bringing in all of those florals. Again, we've got Nas Janine, and then we've got another one here. Some of these don't have names on. Are they cats?
Maybe cats.
Might be cats. So shout out to Cat if that's one of yours. Adding in your flowers.
And not forgetting, this artwork is reimagined for this Before the Rainbow Legacy collection. So this artwork doesn't match the original, if you like. It is all popped together in the big collection for you. You can't purchase the artwork individually. And we get shopping, we order for that price you see on the screen from 180 odd pounds. The dies, as you expect, are silver, but Laura, one person shopping will be drawn out of the hat, right?
Yes.
And will also receive the Legacy Gold version.
Yes.
Which is, what a chance, what an opportunity.
Yeah, so we're doing a giveaway. So basically, one person, so everybody that orders the collection, so we're going to keep the giveaway going until Friday.
Yes.
And then everybody that's ordered is going to go into like a lucky dip, and one person is going to get pulled out, and that person is going to win all of the dies in the Legacy collection. But these dies are going to come to you, and they are going to be gold.
Swoo.
Yeah, so at the minute, the dies are exactly the same as all of our other dies. I think you did flip one round, didn't you?
I did. Hi, friends. Yeah. It looks like this. These are the ones that
Yes.
everyone will get home, as you expect. The perfect cutting every single time. The download of the artwork, as you expect. One of you shopping, though, will also... I like it. What's it? Lucky dip. Feels like a fate. In a lucky dip, we'll win a teddy bear, some sweets.
What's that?
I don't know, with your best alternative. I'll go lucky dip.
So
Out
you've
of a
just
hat.
mocked my lucky dip, and
Yeah.
now you're sticking with it.
Well, I presume it's going to go under Harvey's hat, and he'll pull it out. Right? Out of his flat cap, like Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
Nevertheless, so that is what is hugely
Yes.
exciting. It is different, I know, I get it. I know I'm not Dave or Dawn. Sometimes I can be, but I'm not. But I'm really excited to be here launching the Legacy Collection to you. Please say hi on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you are watching. We'll get ready to look at the boards. But this is exactly what you're getting home. I'd love you to comment. Just let us know, of course, who you are and where you're from. But also, did you get... Was it the collection the first time round when you purchased? 6 years ago when you got into Carnation Crafts, that's what you purchased. And this will work alongside that. The artwork doesn't perfectly match because this is different, but it just embellishes it even more. You haven't got to have ever purchased before, by the way. It's very much a stand-alone collection as well, and what a time to start your journey with Carnation Crafts, bearing in mind it is the start of the Legacy collection. Let's take a close look at actually what we're getting home, what the dies we get home, Laura.
Yeah, so you've got your frame to start off with. So you do have your matte layer in the background, so you can have your car base, your matte layer. Then you get into that delicate frame. Then you've got that band down the centre, which we've showed you could be, you could use those as wraps around your card, you could use that as a card in its own. You've also got your matte layer in the middle, plus you have that embellishment, which I think looks so lovely. Even just adding that in around your card is going to work really, really well. Then we go on to the fern. Look at how detailed these are. You can deck your cards
Bradford's
these
watching,
up.
by the way. Dave Bradford's watching, so I'll stop going through his bag.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, Dave.
Look how detailed these are. You can see all of that shading inside, plus you have all of those little cut lines in the die. They are incredibly, incredibly detailed. Then we go on to the daisy, which I think this one's my favourite.
Mm.
And look at the decoupage that you can add into that as well. And again, that could be for so many occasions. You know, I think we always use florals the most because they can cover absolutely any occasion at all. That rose, that could be for weddings, anniversaries, engagements. It could be a sympathy card, get well card, and especially in that colourway as well. I think it works so well for so many different occasions. You've got the decoupage there as well, so you can build that one up.
Can I use all of these elements for making and selling?
Yes, so you can make and sell as much as you want.
Fabulous.
Then we have the Snapdragon, which again, look at the detail in there. You've got that really bright yellow coming into that red, which just looks absolutely incredibly detailed with your decoupage layers to build up. Then you've got your embellishments. You've got, I feel like a really nice variety. You've got your tags, you've got bows, you've got butterflies. You can add those into... And again, in those colourways, you could add that into so many different collections as well, not just keeping it within this collection. You'll be able to use those with most of our collections. And then you've got your scene building elements then. So these are the bits that you can add in to build those background scenes. You've got grounding elements there to bring in. And again, so many other collections you can bring that in with. Then we've got the geranium, again, how detailed, the light that you've got on one side and then the darkness on the other, just incredibly detailed. And then so that's all the dies, but then you do get the stamps and the perfect papers included as well.
So all of this artwork is included?
Yes, so all of the artwork you are going to get with your confirmation email, and then
What are you rummaging for? You okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly...
Aha.
And then you're also going to get background papers as well. So not only are you going to get the artwork in your instant download, you're going to get the background papers and you get solid colour backgrounds as well. So that's just some of the background papers that you'll get. The artwork, you'll get the solid in an instant download, but then you're also going to get, obviously this is pre-order, you're going to get the dies, the perfect papers and the stamps.
Wow. By the way, lots of you shopping already. Linda's popped in saying, ordered mine yesterday. Thank you, Linda. Karen says, good morning, Laura, Dan and Bunny. Hello, Karen.
Morning.
Sandra, bought this set first time round and have bought every die set ever since. Have ordered the Legacy. Sandra, brilliant. That's great to hear, because of course you can use either two together. Davey B says, hi everybody. Morning, Dave Bradford. Giving the love, absolutely. Best man in the world. Jeanette says, beautiful collection. Pamela, I've ordered the original collection. Now, Pamela says, I wanted to get this set. It seems aimed at newer customers. Pamela, we're in luck here, because absolutely, if someone is brand new, bearing in mind the embellishments that Laura just went through there, some of the essential ones. So you've got your directional elements, you've got your tags, you've got your bows, you've got your butterflies. These are essential elements. I hope you agree, Pamela. But you're right, because maybe you ordered the original one. It is different. It is all based around that rose, based around the original frame. But every single element in here is different. It's been more refined. The size has been optimized. The depth has been improved. As Laura said, as the head designer Nick was talking about, maybe you ordered the Ford Focus back in the day. Your Ford Focus today, goodness me, is so much better and more efficient and more streamlined and really optimized as technologies and experience change. This is exactly that. So your original artwork from the Rainbow Collection won't match this. So if you're brand new, perfect. If you already ordered that, this is also perfect for you. And most of all, please make sure you order it today, tomorrow, before Friday at 4 p.m, because then the offer ends entirely. It'll be off the website, and it's on that website is where you go shopping right now to get hold of your Legacy collection. Shall we start demonstrating, Miss Laura?
Yes, right. So I'm going to start off with the frame. So I've got the outside mat to start off with, and I'm going to use this as my card base. So I've cut 2 sheets of cardstock out in white, and I'm going to use this as my card base if my glue decides to work.
Did you get your Tuesday glue at the end?
I did.
It was
I have.
It was touch and go for a while there, wasn't it?
Bunny doesn't like. She gets twitchy if I don't use the right day glue.
She was nothing short of human.
See, that's my evidence, Dan, that she is mean to me. Okay. Right, we're gonna pop that down. So I've got my card base, and then I've gone in with the Perfect Papers next. So I've got that green colour, and that is going to sit on there. So you've got your perfect matte and layers with this, using just those outside dies.
The pink, the purple, the green, the blue in here feels really almost like country estate-esque. They're not bright, are they?
No, they're lovely colour. It's almost like a khaki green.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not too dark, and it's not
sagey.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's a nice colour.
It's beautiful.
I don't know if I've got one of every one still in my pack to show.
Yeah.
So you can kind of hang on.
There's a lot in there, isn't there?
Yeah, so you've got the greens, pink. Is that one? Yes, that's one of every one, isn't it?
Yeah,
there you
beautiful.
go. So you've got, those are your colourways. But when you look at the artwork, you can see, like, even if I just grab that, you could pop that with any one of those colours, and it just works straight away. So you don't have to worry about your colour coordinating or trying to find, a cardstock that's the right shade of green or the right shade of pink. And what I love about the Perfect Papers is, even if you want to make a card and you want to mix like pink and green or pink and cream, the ones in there will work together.
Yes,
so
good
you're
point.
not looking for like another shade of pink that's going to go with that shade of green, because those colours in there work together.
And everything about this, friends at home, is special edition. The Perfect Papers are included under the one item number. The 2 sets of embellishments are included under the one item number. It's on your screen, 250719. Bunny, I will quickly say, or Harvey, if you're watching, I just saw a comment there, someone saying they struggle to order it because it said out of stock. We've also seen people that are ordering too, so maybe, Janet, it might be worth just, I don't know, refreshing your page or something like that, but we'll have a look. Linda says, good morning, everybody. And Audrey bought this yesterday. What an absolute stunner. I've got the original. Will work lovely with it. Well done again, Carnations. Hooked on you.
Aww,
Audrey, you've absolutely nailed it there. Hooked on you is a nice thing to say.
That is a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
Hooked on you.
They're just purely Facebook comments, by the way, on YouTube. I know Janine's been in touch on YouTube. You can watch there as well. Janine says, lovely to see you again, Dan. This collection is absolutely stunning. Bless you, Janine. It's been a long time ago since I last saw.
Aww.
I think we first met in Gateshead on a wild night out. Half of that story's true. Was it also Julie on YouTube? Hello, Julie says, hello, lovely to see you, Dan, and the beautiful Laura.
That's so lovely.
That's you. And by the way, if after today you want to watch Laura's demonstrations back, YouTube is the place to go. Just search for Carnation Crafts on YouTube, then click on live, and that's where all of the previous lives are stored. So there'll be different demonstrations in the next hour, for example. So that's where you can watch shows back.
Right, now I've added in, so my mat there, you can see I've used the background papers that I've added in. So you've got that lovely gradient of green there in the background, and then I've cut out that frame with the perfect papers. The perfect papers, they are 300 GSM, but they still die cut perfectly. You can see even that intricate frame, it just die cuts like a dream. And then I've got the background paper again, so I'm just pulling the foam tape off here if it wants to come off, and then I can pop this in the middle. So this is like that band that you could use on its own to make a card, but I've just cut that with the same background paper to sit on there. And then we're going to bring in our florals. So I've got some roses to start off with. I've got some of these ferns.
Laura, if I want to, obviously this is a pre-order, we're doing it before Friday, before it's dispatched obviously, but in the same order, I could, or can I order my foam tape, or my glue, or my magnets, or anything like that?
I don't think we've had the foam tip in yet, have we?
Or for example, any of my essentials that I'm thinking of.
You know, go on there with your pin flare, your pro print paper, anything like that, or maybe you need some more cut tidy. Yep. Anything like that, yeah, absolutely add it in, because and especially because you're in your free P&P bracket, so then you're not going to pay the P&P to add all those extras in.
Very, very good point. Of course, it's $4.99 if you're watching from the USA to get this shipped over to you as well. If you are watching there, we'd love you to say hello and leave us a comment too. It is available to you all through carnationcrafts.co.uk.
Right, I'm going to add in some of our roses now. So I'm just going to let me get rid of that.
Wow.
Right, let's add in some of these. So what I do if I'm at home, I will just place these.
So they can be facing the other way, yeah.
Yeah, so when you've got your mirrored vignettes, I always say it's kind of, for me, I feel like I'm getting two for the price of one. So instead of like adding those two there, and even though that looks pretty, but they're both going in that direction. Yep. Just printing them in your mirrored vignette and having it that way, they just flow so much better now. So you can always play around with your composition, and that's the lovely thing with this collection as well, because all of the flowers, you know, have been designed to work together, so you can easily just bring others in and just keep playing around with them, and just you can add things in, tuck things in, and this is what I would do if I was at home. Just have it, play around with it, and then once you've done it and you think, right, that's how I want to do it, then go in and glue it down.
Do you think if I was at home and I this year I said to myself, right, I'm going to get good at colouring, and you mentioned watercolour at the start of the show. If I wanted to take this artwork here and use it as a little like inspiration to get my alcohol markers out or get my watercolours out and actually colour in the die cuts, I could do that.
Absolutely, you can do that.
You've got to use the artwork.
No, you've got all of the detail cut lines in the dies, so you could absolutely go ahead and, you know, you could even cut one of these out, have that there next to you, and then cut another one out in cardstock, and then you've got that there as a guide, and you can practice colouring in with it. So maybe it's just you're going to use it as like a guide to help you. You can absolutely do that.
But after all, if that's not your bag and you want to make 100 of these, I appreciate you maybe not going to hand colour every single one of those. That's what the artwork is there for. You will get the artwork once you've purchased it. Just to re-emphasise the point, just gone 11:30 in the morning. This is the first / kind of only opportunity, right? And I say that because it goes away on Friday at 4 p.m. and that artwork will not be available individually to purchase. It's only for those who are shopping and buying. They will not be available individually either. Every element has been put in crucially to get the most out of this collection, solo, standing in its own right. It absolutely improves and increases and highlights the original Before the Rainbow. This is the favourites from the past, perfected for the present. That could be the best sentence I've said today. Thank you, Nick, for that.
Just today?
Just today.
Oh, okay. Just today. Right, now I'm adding those in there like that. And then these are the decoupage pieces that you could add in. But I'm actually going to tuck these in and around the roses. So just to add in a little bit more texture. So add that one in there.
Is it like a rule or a habit that you're working towards here of maybe height or how the depth you're working towards, or just whatever feels?
No, I say just whatever feels. Sometimes I do try and stick to the rule of 3, but then sometimes you don't need to, if you know. So I just say, I think everybody, the thing I always say is, even if you walked into a card shop, because when I first started crafting, I always just look at my cards and think they were wrong.
Right.
So like I'd put things down, look at it and think, no, that's wrong. But even if you walk into a card shop, every card in that shop is different. Nobody goes into that shop and buys the exact same card.
Good point.
Every card is completely different. So, you know, there is no right and wrong. It's just your preference of how you're putting this together.
So you could do the exact same card base and use that exact same colour and have a single rose.
Yeah, and you could do this exact same card, again, and change the green out maybe for pink and add in the hydrangeas. So you could, you know, if you do make and sell, these are going to be perfect for you, and especially the fact as well that you're getting the artwork, because that's what I always used to find with me. I always say it, but I needed a card like yesterday. So I don't want to be sat there worrying about trying to colour in a rose. And then for me as well, with carnation, that helps me become a better crafter, because even if that was in a paper kit, let's just say you had 6 sheets of these roses, you know, I would be frugal with them because I know I've only got 6 of them.
Yes.
Whereas with carnation, you don't need to be. You could put 20 on one project, and all you've got to do is print out more.
So that download, that artwork, I then download it and what do I save it to my computer? Then I can print it off forever?
You can do, but it'll be on your carnation account.
Okay.
There for you to go back and print out whenever you want. But yeah, you can absolutely just print those out as many times as you want, which that changed things for me, because then I didn't have to look at things and think,
oh, pressure's off, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't have to look at them and be, oh well, I'm going to keep that just in case, I'm going to keep that for best, or you know, or maybe I'll use that on like a special card and things like that. And now if I look back, 9 times out of 10 I think I've just ended up wasting things, or I haven't used them because I've always kept it for best, and best never comes. Yeah. Whereas now you don't have to be like that. You can go in and be adding as much or as little as you want, and you're not wasting anything. Now, before I add in my butterflies, I've got a tag, and this tag is just going to sit there like that on the bottom. But obviously, before I pop my tag in, I want to stamp a sentiment on it. Now, I just want a little bit of scrap paper.
Stamps are included. This tag you're seeing right now is one of the 2 packs of embellishments. You've got your grounding elements. Maybe these are going to be wild flowers, wild roses, wild daisies, etc. You can pop them there. Then you also get your bows, your tags in 4, maybe 5, 4.
What sentiment would you like, Bunny?
She's mulling it over. Sending you rainbows and sunshine is a request from Bunny. Because oh, she's sucking up now.
Her coffee's kicked in now.
Yeah, after rain comes fair weather. Have a lovely day. You make the world more colourful is another sentiment in there. Thank you for everything. Thinking of you. You are my shelter from the storm. That's a lovely thing to say to someone, isn't it?
There you go. Right, now when you get these, like this one now, I haven't stamped it yet. Now, there's nothing, when any stamp you get, obviously the manufacturing process, it leaves like a residue on there. So if I stamp that on there now, oh, actually that one was fine anyway, but what I would do is just stamp it onto some scrap piece of paper first, So any residue that's left on there from the manufacturing process will come off.
Cool.
So if it's your first time stamping, don't go straight into your project, just in case it like misses a little bit, okay? So let's pop that on there. So let's just ink that up. Pop my lid on there.
By the way, if you've got any particular questions about anything Carnation related, Harvey is on the ones and twos on Facebook. A lot of you saying hello this morning, and Harvey is replying to many of you with links to the products, for example. But lots of you saying good morning, which is lovely to hear, and a lot of you are busiest part of the day actually on the Facebook page, and you can also watch on YouTube too. Now there will be another show at 1.
Yes.
1 o'clock. Just checking we're all going to still turn up at 1. It is 1, isn't it? Which will be different demonstrations. Of course, we'll fly through the kit for you. But please, 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 just to emphasise the point, this isn't going to appear anywhere else. It's not going to be on another channel. This is solely and exclusively to carnationcrafts.co.uk, our own website, as is the price point, as is everything being included. Really taking a homage back to the first collection that kicked everything off, which is beautiful. It's not about looking back, it's honouring where we've been. That is what Nick was telling us with the Legacy collection. If anything you want to see transformed, and by that sense I mean improved, refined, optimized, extra depth being added, perfected, that's exactly what's happened. So it is different to the original Before the Rainbow. It's not the same theme of roses, but it is different to the original. So if you bought the original, you can absolutely justify purchasing this. If you haven't, doesn't matter. This can be brand new for you today. Laura, beautiful demonstration. Thank you so much. Do you want to get ready for another?
Yes.
Okay. And uniquely here right now, everything you are seeing here is included for that price and free P&P. You can only get the artwork, by the way, by purchasing. Something that previously you could just buy the artwork and this, that, and the other. The original artwork doesn't work alongside these dies. That is the huge difference with it. So it is a standalone creation. You still get the big frame, which I know a lot of you go to Carnation Crafts to get that centerpiece, that different card shape. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually of your floral elements: Snapdragon, Daisy, Geranium, Fern, and then of course the iconic rose. In front of there, I know I'm going quick, you've got your 2 sets of embellishments. That doesn't happen when Dave's here. Dave, come back. They're all saying, like, what are you doing?
I can't understand now. Bunny normally shouts at me when I do that.
And
but
she
oh
just
no,
went,
it dance,
and just now my ear friend, she went, oh, silly sausage. Silly Billy Awards, she said to me. These are your perfect papers that are also included, and you get the stamps. Everything is in there. You don't need a separate item to get all of the papers. It is included for you, $124.99. And that offer, the stock goes, the price point disappears, the offer ends Friday, 4 p.m. So please make sure wherever you are in the world, you are checking out your baskets before that point. Why not right now whilst you're being inspired by Laura? Are you ready to go, Laura? Mm-hmm. Should we crack straight on?
Yes.
Go on in.
Right, so I'm going to do a 6x6 card for this one, and I'm going to just do a 6x6 card. So I'm going to pull away from the frame for a minute, but I am going to use the center part, so that part that you could use it as a wrap, a belt. You could even use it as a card on its own.
Now interestingly, and again, if you're brand new, you might think this. You've got the frame included, thinking, oh, all my cards have got a base around there.
No.
Maybe you've already got some pre-cut cards. Maybe you've got other card shapes, like you're doing right now. Yeah,
and you could even bring in your other nesting dies, your matte and layering dies. You know, you can bring these in with these as well. I'm sure there's, I'll have to have a look, I'm sure there's a sample somewhere where they've used like a bigger square in the centre. I might have made this up, Dan.
All right. I'll bear that in mind whilst I'm on this wild goose chase.
Unless I've thought of it.
Not that one?
I don't know.
That square? That's the band on the square. Well, I love the gold on that one. Goodness me. Wow. Hey, listen, I'll show you all in a minute if I'm at home what I'm worrying over.
Right, now we're going to use the band. Now I'm going to use these almost like a background part as well. So that's going to sit in the center, and then these two are going to sit either side. So I'm going to glue these. Let's pop some glue on there, and then I'm just going to dab down the band,
Mm-hmm.
and then that is going to go in the middle. So I want this to go slightly off, like that. So that's going to go there, and then I'm going to do the same with this one.
Some of the friends at home, we'll do our best to show some of the samples before the end of the show. We'll certainly show them again at 1 o'clock. There are some amazing samples in here. People bringing in actually their own colours coming in. Some of them growing wild, some of them picked flowers. So whatever you like to do, whatever your art is, we'll show you later on, hopefully today in this show. If not, 1 o'clock, absolutely. But kind of the moral of that story is whatever your take is.
You can make really simple, clean, simple looking cards with these. You can go all in and mix all the flowers up and make a real bouquet of flowers with this. This is the lovely thing with these. It shows that you can use them in so many different ways.
Well, one that really caught my eye was this one. You can just see in the background, there's like a watercolory haze that's just been added in, so like picking your colours to go alongside. I picked that one out as well because on a dark, almost like navy background is spectacular. If you're making and selling, I want to do smaller cards, check out this little trio I've just pulled out here. All a bit different. Wouldn't take you as long as a longer card, but then if you want to add in things like
this one is the negative of that one, so you've essentially just made the same card using the negative of it, and you've made two cards.
You can see there's some gold foiling being added in, so you haven't got to do huge spectacular unless you want to. It's kind of just like, this is the versatility we're talking about, aren't we, of how they all work together. Sorry to distract you, friends.
No, you're fine. And then you can just build it into your own style then. So if you have got more of that clean and simple style with this, you can absolutely do it. Maybe you are into your backgrounds and things as well. You could bring in different backgrounds, like we've said, different matte and layering dyes or different frame dyes you've got at home already. You could absolutely bring those in with these. Now I'm going to add in that one on there. So I'm going to just raise this up slightly. So we'll just add a bit of foam tape on the back of there.
I feel like the detailing here, you could have a lot of fun at home just working on, with no colour at all, just purely doing white on white, like building up white work. And look very elegant. Yeah,
white on white would look really pretty with these, because the dyes are so detailed that you're going to get all of that. And that gives you, especially like with this bit on white, it just gives you that like faux embossed effect as well. How detailed they are. Really, really pretty. Right, now I've got them overhung, so I'm just going to cut the edges off of those. If I ever do anything like this, I'll always stick it down and then flip the card and turn it, because otherwise I cut it too short.
Okay.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time I think, oh, it's fine. I can do it this time, and I never do.
Okay.
always stick it, then cut it out. Right, now I'm going to bring in some of those embellishment parts, and I'm going to build my scene down the bottom here. So I'm going to bring in these posts to start off with.
Kirsty says hi. Hi everyone from me, Henry and Rosie. They are loving watching the show.
Aww.
Kirsty's got a full house around the TV, around the computer. Linda, good morning. Oh, Linda says good morning, Dave. Linda is talking to Davey B, by the way. He's just been in the comments. She's not just calling me Dave.
Oh, I thought she was calling you Dave.
Oh, we've been compared and contrasted many a year, me and Dave. I get us confused sometimes.
I can see why.
Yeah.
I'm going to add in.
Also, a lot of you watching on YouTube, not forgetting you can watch again on YouTube. Amelia says hello on YouTube as well. She says, hi, lovely people. Absolutely loving this collection. I'm crafting with Carnation for the past 2 years and nearly have all of the collections. Well, Amelia, this is the one for you. Saying highly addictive, but what fun. That's the beauty of craft, isn't it?
It is, but it's the fun, isn't it? It's the fun of it all. And they're so usable as well, because you can use different collections together, so you get more out of it, I feel, because you can mix and match everything up. Now, I'm adding in some of these grounding elements on the bottom, so that's just going to ground all of that in. And then we've got the daisy, which is going to sit about there, and I'm going to bring in some of these ferns as well, and I'm going to just tuck these around.
Now, friends at home, wonder if you can help me with this, or Laura, or Bunny, or anyone listening really. When you were just popping in some of those grounding elements there, I remember when Carnation did a collection with a couple. It was a chap and a lady walking off to the distance. It was like from behind them. Was it called like Boardwalk, or was it the Lake View, or something like that? Does this ring a bell with you, Laura?
The Lake View sounds.
Does that sound right? It was some people
familiar.
Anyway. And it's so tricky to talk about the history of Carnation. If you've got that collection, using that one, and I wonder if you can help me with the name of that. Am I making it up? I don't think I am. With the actual, well, I know what the dies were. Don't know the names of them. The people being inside of there with these grounding elements is a completely different look, isn't it?
Yeah, and you'll be able to use those with. You could bring any of our Carnation mice in. And you've got those elements in. You could use them with absolutely anything at all. So they're just perfect embellishments that you could use with any of our collections
They're
at
nice
all.
to be up and down that fence, wouldn't they? Water's Edge, Bunny. Yeah, I knew something to do with water. Bunny, fair play, is crediting where credit's due. Nick said Water's Edge. Wonder at home if you. Hey, listen, everyone at home, if you're thinking, you know what, I'd love to have more to do with Water's Edge. If you want Water's Edge to be reimagined, revisited from Nick and the team, put it in the comments. Oh, it can be incredible. Imagine what they do.
I can't think what collection. If I had to pick a collection, what collection it would be. Do you know what I found so amazing though was when Nick and the team first told me about this, and I was like, oh, that's so cool that you're going to change the dies. Like we said, it's the same like when you get a new phone. Like 9 times out of 10, you still get the same brand and the same make of phone, but the phone is completely different because you're getting a new one.
Good point.
The software and the camera and everything else. But it was when I actually seen the artwork and the dies and used them in comparison to the first one, then I was like, oh my gosh, it really is like that different.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a new phone, don't you? You think, oh, you open it and it kind of looks the same. There's like some slight changes to it, isn't there, when you get a new phone? But then when you start using it, you're like, oh, actually, yeah, this is different and this is different, and look how much better this is. You
get your usability and you get the stuff that you hope it's going to do because of the connectivity and how easy it is, the interface. But you're right, there's a reason why you are watching Carnation and purchasing from Carnation. So all those things that you hope are going to be in there, and the reason why you stick with the versatility and obviously the artwork, you've got it in droves, but everything is in together. Everything, even the papers, even both embellishing sets, even the stamps are all in under the one item number, 250719. Into the last 10 minutes of this first show. You're right, I'm going to have to stop talking so we get a third demonstration in, I agree. We are back at 1 o'clock as well with different demos. I hope you can join us again at 1.
Right, I need to stamp a sentiment, so let's grab a tag.
What are you going to go for this time? You're going to put it out there, or have you made a decision? Which stamp?
No, you can pick one as long as it'll fit in my tag.
How big's the tag? Bunny, what do you reckon? Thinking of you? Thinking of you, Laura?
We can do that.
What did you imagine? Life is beautiful. That would probably fit in there too. Hey, they're all
Have
options.
a lovely day.
Go for that one.
Yeah, funny saying that one. We'll go with that one.
She's the boss.
Right, now I'm going to do the same thing. Like I said, just get a scrap bit of card.
Do you always stamp in black ink?
No. For me, it'll just depend what card I'm doing, what colour I want the sentiment to be. If you are using a coloured ink, though, just make sure that you don't use a water-based ink pad, because then if you use a water-based ink pad, it'll sit on the stamp kind of like raindrops. So then when you stamp it, you won't get that perfect stamp.
Okay.
So if you are stamping with different colour ink pads, just don't use a water-based ink pad, because it'll just sit on it, so you won't get, especially with sentiments as well, because you need, the thin writing, you'll have little bits that have missed.
I'm with you.
So that's... So we'll do
if
that
you've just
there.
joined in, we will finish this demonstration. I tell you what, we'll go back through the boards as well. So you see, if you're just joining us, you haven't missed out, by the way. You can still order right now, or order between the live shows, of course. But we're going to go back through the boards after this.
And then I'm going to add in one of our bows, which I think looks so incredibly detailed. That looks like a little bit of hessian that I've
It does look
just
quite twiny-esque,
wrapped
doesn't
up
it?
myself. Yeah. I'm going to pop that on there like that, and then I'm just going to add in
I also like that the daisies
another
like
butterfly.
different orientations, like facing different ways. The roses, there's one with a bud, then there's one slightly blooming, and there's one in full bloom. So you can really go through the generations, can't you?
Yeah, and they fit together as well. Like all of the flowers have been sized, so they'll actually work really well together as well.
Beautiful. If you're just joining, by the way, you spy that lace work in the background, the frame, the fretwork. That is from the frames. Everything you require, including the artwork, including the papers, are all included. 250710 9. 250. I was almost going to make up the item number there on my own.
Okay.
I remember it. 719 is the item number for you. Of course, you know, carnationcrafts.co.uk is where you go. Laura's just going to get ready with the boards, but just to sort of highlight the fact, everything you're seeing here product-wise is what you're getting included, and it also all arrives. Well, this one's got stuff in it. I was going to just flap this around like it's a bit of card. It's not. All of your dies will be in here. You notice it is a very special occasion. The gold and the black is the launch of the Legacy collections, reimagining, readdressing the original ones, but they are different to the originals. Actually, let's prove that. Can we go through the boards and have a spy of exactly what we're getting?
Yeah, so we go to the frame first. So you've got your card base, your matte and layers. You've got such intricate framework there. Plus you've got that wrap down the centre. I love how the design team have used. I'm just going to grab this one. Look at that, where it's been folded back on itself.
Yeah.
That looks so pretty. So when we look through the samples, the design team have used them in so many different ways. You could use just the wrap, use the frame as the actual card itself. There's so many ways that you can mix and match these up, and they look completely different. And especially if you like that clean, simple look, maybe you just want to do some die cutting, pop one of the flowers on there, sentiment, and you've got a stunning card straight away, and that's all you need to add in. Then we're going to go over to the fern. So you've got them going in different directions. You've got your decoupage to add in. You've got the mats and layers there as well. They are so incredibly detailed. You've got lovely cut lines in there in the dies, but the artwork gives you so much detail. Then the daisies, this is the one we just used, so you can see how that decoupage really brings these to life. Really, really pretty one again. And I just think of so many other collections that you can use these with, like different collections that we've had recently as well. Your rose, which I think would be such a lovely sympathy card, a wedding card, an engagement card, so many ways you could use that in that like peachy colour as well. It works really, really well.
Just think about the rose. Like, so we're talking about bunching them together, working them all together. If solo on its own, if rose is your favourite flower, maybe you're named after Auntie Rose or something like that, or like, you know, generationally, for example, that is beautiful. What you're seeing right there is divine, isn't it?
That is the centre wrap bit as well. So you can see that it's just the centre bit that they've used in the middle of the card.
So that is actually also that?
Yes. So there they've used
different.
it as a card. So you've got your card and you've got the rose on the side, whereas this one, they've added in, there you go, so you've got that wrap part there, going the opposite way. So there's so many ways that you can mix and match these dies.
Just to quickly say, if you then want to go to town, you're thinking, you know what, I love a rose. Let's, you know, growing out the ground, starting to be bunched together. To make it bunch, the ferns going in there, for example, to add some height
and that's
depth.
really pretty as well, where you're just using the flower head of the rose just to bring it all together. Works really, really well. And then we have the Snapdragon, which I think it's such a colourful one that you could bring in with that pop of yellow there in the background with that reddy pink. Work really, really well. And you can see that bringing in the hydrangeas with that. It just looks so even again, just adding those top ones in to the top. Then you've got your embellishments. So you've got the butterflies, the tags, and those lovely bows that you can see we've used in different ways. I love that they've almost given you a different material in every bow as well. So you've got different ones in there that will work for different cards. then you've got your scene building, so you've got your post, you could add your sentiments on here, you've got your fence, all of those grounding elements. Again, think of all the other collections you could use this with as well. Like I've said, the mice, they'll work for so many different things. And then the geranium, which is just so detailed. You've got so much shading in there as well. But we'll go through some more samples so we can see some other ways that they've been used.
Absolutely, because this thing about, you mentioned about the geraniums and snapdragons being popped together like there. I'm also going to bring this one forward, which actually is in real stark contrast to the next one I'm going to bring through. Because Laura, you're saying like it's been passed through but not cut.
Yeah, so it's almost as if they used just foam pads. So it's, you run that through, and instead of you actually going in and popping all those little cut details out, you've just left them in. So it's kind of like paper piecing, but you just leave in the what you would normally put in a bin in there. But it just gives you that like embossed effect. But it just looks so different, doesn't it? It's just a different way of using them. You could do the same thing with our Elevate.
Yes, good point.
If you die cut that with the Elevate, and then you could just pop that onto a sheet of card and you'd get the whole thing put down then with the Elevate.
You're seeing that there, so the pieces are kept in. The one behind it in pink, you can spy it sort of like being contrasted, as is this one to be fair, with the white on dark. But just to bring this one in, showing you, it's not just decorative, it's usable. Like the strength that goes into creating that card that can stand up in its own right. Whether it's that way around, maybe it's going to be that way. You could do either, right?
Landscape or portraits. Do that one, yeah.
But I think it's just amazing how all these decorative elements, laid up a couple of times maybe.
Yeah. But you can see that, like, just those few samples we showed, so many different, and then that one, again.
That's only the second one.
I don't think Bonnie's going to want you back here, Dan.
It's all right. Hey, listen, I nearly didn't make it at all. I was stuck in Tesco's garage car park. Have you been to the garage at Tesco's here?
Yeah.
It's just the most bizarre system in the history of time.
Okay.
I'll go more into it another time. But nevertheless, like, how do I even get in? How do I get out? Stuck. But I did make it here, friends. So thank you. So thank you so much for having us. I've loved this first show. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for having me. Normality will be resumed at another point, I know, but we are back at
1
o'clock. Thanks. Teeing you up there. Perfect. Laura, I know we're going to wrap up. Absolutely. You can check out your baskets right now. But this is taking what was the original collection. So if you're thinking, oh, Beyond the Rainbow, does that ring a bell? Yes, it does.
Yes.
And just reimagining it, revisiting it, and changing it.
Yeah, so it's bringing that collection straight up to date with everything that Carnation have learned throughout the last 6 years, and they're bringing it straight in with everything that they've learned. So bringing the dies up to date, bringing the artwork up to date, and everything else. But for me as well, it's just something really special that I don't want to miss out on as well. It's almost like that collector's thing that you don't want to miss out on, because once Friday has been, that's it. You can't order anymore. It's done. So for me, it's kind of that thing that I don't want to miss out on.
You don't want to miss out, and you won't if you go on carnationcrafts.co.uk, where you go, and one of you who is shopping will be in the prize draw. Let's call it a prize draw, giveaway, lucky dip, whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Lucky dip. To win the gold edition. So gold dies becoming, so you'll have a silver set, then you'll also get the one set
you'll have
gold.
two.
So you'll have two in total, one of you will. Nevertheless, right, we'll be back at 1 o'clock. Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Now's your time to place your orders. More demonstrations at 1. I hope you can join us.